You've got a software idea, but you're not a coder. You don't know Python. You've never opened Visual Studio. And honestly, the whole idea of building software feels a little intimidating. But here's the truth. You don't need to write a single line of code to turn your idea into reality. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to go from I have an idea to check out this app I built, all by using a tool called Databutton, even if you've never built anything before. This is the training I wish someone gave me when I started. We're going to break down what no-code really means, how it works, and how to get real results with it. We'll walk step by step through how to use ChatGPT to create a product requirements doc, what we call a PRD, then feed that directly into Databutton to actually build your software. You'll see how to talk to the AI like a co-founder, not a robot, and how to work around the parts that get confusing or frustrating. If you've ever had a software idea but thought, I don't have the skills to make this video is going to flip that belief on its head. Let's break it down. No code is a way to build software, like websites, mobile apps, tools, dashboards, and automations, without having to learn or write any traditional programming code. Instead of memorizing syntax or spending months learning how to code, you use visual interfaces, templates, and smart tools to tell the software what you want, and it handles the rest. Think of it like designing a house with drag and drop blueprints, instead of hammering nails and sawing wood yourself. The core structure is still there, but the process is simplified and way more accessible. Now, different no-code tools offer different levels of power and simplicity. Some let you drag components around visually. Others, like Databutton, take things a step further. You talk to it in plain English, and it writes real Python code behind the scenes for you. So instead of saying, I need to learn APIs, databases, and front-end development, you just say, I want an app where users can upload a file and get a summary. And boom, Databutton starts building it. It's like having a super smart developer on your team who's always listening, instantly executing, and never getting tired. You're not giving commands, you're having a conversation. But here's the key. The quality of your result depends on the clarity of your request. And that's why you still need a plan, a clear, structured breakdown of what you want your app to do. In software terms, that plan is called a product requirements document, or PRD. Before you even open Databutton, open ChatGPT and say, help me write a product requirements document for a software app I want to build. This PRD is your blueprint. It lays out what your app is, what it should do, what features it needs, and who it's for. It forces you to get clear on what you're building before you start building it. Why this matters? Jumping into Databutton with a vague idea is like building a house with no floor plan. You might make some progress, but you'll waste a ton of time fixing things later. ChatGPT will guide you through it, asking questions to shape your idea into something structured and buildable. When you're done, you'll have a complete PRD you can copy and paste into Databutton, and that's where the fun really begins. Now that you've got your PRD, head over to Databutton and create a new project. Paste your PRD directly into the prompt box and let the AI go to work. But here's where most people mess up. They see what it spits out and just roll with it, even if it's not exactly what they had in mind. This is one of the biggest secrets when using Databutton or any AI-powered no-code tool. Treat it like a co-founder, not a vending machine. A vending machine just spits out whatever you select, no questions asked. But Databutton is way more powerful than that. It's an intelligent partner that can reason, adjust, and even challenge your assumptions, but only if you treat it like a teammate. When something doesn't look right, don't just accept it. Ask why, get curious. If the result isn't what you expected, say so. The AI won't be offended. In fact, it's designed to respond to feedback. Here's exactly what that might look like in practice. You might type, this isn't exactly what I meant. Can you explain your thinking? Or, this part of the flow seems off. I wanted the user to enter their data first, then see the results, not the other way around. And Databutton will respond. It might explain the logic it used, offer an alternative, or ask a clarifying question. This back and forth is where the magic starts to unfold. You're not just clicking buttons. You're co-building your app in real time with an AI engineer who never sleeps, never gets tired, and never rolls their eyes at your questions. The more feedback you give, the more tailored and aligned the result becomes. If you approach Databutton like a creative partner, checking in, refining, guiding, you'll get dramatically better outcomes. So don't treat it like a tool, treat it like a teammate that wants to build something awesome with you, because that's exactly what it is. At some point on your journey, something just isn't going to work the way you expect. It happens to everyone, beginners and pros alike. Maybe a function doesn't return what you thought it would. Maybe you're staring at some code Databutton generated and it looks like another language. Or maybe your app's layout just feels off and you can't quite figure out why. Here's what I've learned after building a lot of projects. Don't try to brute force your way through it. I've spent hours late into the night beating my head against a stubborn problem. I'd test 100 little tweaks, get more frustrated, and still end up stuck. But here's the wild part. After a good night's sleep or a break, I'd look at the exact same issue the next day and solve it in minutes. Your brain processes things in the background even when you're not working. So, when you're stuck, take a break. Go for a walk, make a coffee, or just step away for a bit. You'll come back with a fresh perspective and often see something you missed. But there's another important trick. Approach the problem from a different angle. If you're struggling to get a specific feature working in Databutton, ask yourself, can I break the problem into smaller steps? Is there another way to accomplish the same goal using a different feature or workflow? Could I start with a more basic version and add complexity later? For example, if the layout keeps breaking, focus on the core logic before perfecting the visuals. Sometimes describing your issue to someone else, or even just to the AI itself, can help you spot what's wrong. You can literally say, I'm stuck here. Is there a simpler way to do this? And see what suggestions Databutton offers. This is all part of the creative process. The best builders aren't the ones who never get stuck. They're the ones who know how to step back, shift gears, and keep moving forward. So don't get discouraged. Take breaks, rethink your approach, and remember, every challenge is a step closer to a breakthrough. Sometimes even when you've written a clear prompt and explained your idea, it still feels like the AI just isn't getting it. When that happens, there's a simple but powerful trick that can completely shift how the AI responds. In your next message, type something like this. Act like an MIT-trained software engineer. Think deeply about this issue, break it down step by step, and give me the best possible solution. Seriously, those words make a massive difference. What happens next is kind of amazing. Databutton shifts from giving you a surface-level answer to going into deep reasoning mode. It starts thinking through the problem like an expert developer would. Instead of just spitting out a quick fix, it begins explaining the logic and even offering multiple ways to approach the same solution. This prompt works because it sets the context. It tells the AI how to behave, how to think, and what level of depth you're expecting. You're not just asking it for help, you're challenging it to level up. And most of the time, it delivers. You might get detailed step-by-step instructions, improved code, or even a suggestion that solves your problem in a completely different and better way than you were expecting. This isn't just a neat hack, it's a mindset shift. You're no longer a passive user asking for help. You're a team lead, guiding your AI assistant to do its best work. So don't be afraid to push the AI. Ask it to go deeper, give it a persona, treat it like the world-class engineer it can emulate. Try it once and you'll never prompt the same way again. All right, let's wrap this up. If you've made it this far, you now understand something most people don't. You don't need to be a developer to build software. You don't need to know Python, JavaScript, or spend months watching tutorials that go over your head. What you do need is the right mindset, the right strategy, and the right tool. And that's exactly what Databutton gives you. It puts the power of coding in your hands without forcing you to become a programmer. It's like having your own private software engineer that listens to your ideas, asks what you want, and then goes to work building it. But tools are only as powerful as the person using them. So remember these key steps. Start with a PRD, use ChatGPT to clearly define your idea. Don't skip this, it's your blueprint. Feed that plan into Databutton. Let it do the heavy lifting, but don't be afraid to guide it. Talk to the AI like a teammate. If something doesn't look right or feel clear, ask questions, clarify, collaborate. When you get stuck, take a break. Don't let frustration win. Sometimes the best solution comes when you're not trying so hard. And if you're still stuck, ask for help. Use communities, Databutton's team, or reach out to us directly. We've got your back. Building software used to be a mystery. Now it's just a smart conversation away. If this video helped unlock that for you, smash that like button so more people can discover what's possible. And if you want our team to help bring your app to life faster than you ever thought possible, click the link below and let's build it together. You've got the ideas, now you've got the tools. Let's make something amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.